Budget, the most subjective term that we have on this channel. Oh boy, so we're going to talk about top 5 budget decks for the month of June. Whether or not it be competitive, intermediate, something that you can pick up and have success with. And no, we're not going to mention that stupid $5 budget appliancer deck that's still 100% legal for this video. Smash the crap out, subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on, well, top 5 budgets. So, the first one I want to talk about here. Now remember, before we get into this, budget is subjective. Everybody has a different budget. Alright, there's different levels of things here. So the first one I want to talk about is access code. And you're like, wait a minute. We're talking about a card here? So, if you can afford to pick up an access code talker, you get access to 2 skill trees. Alright, within those 2 skill trees, you actually get access to code talkers, which it's going to be your generic win con, and salad as well. Now, both of these decks, like, the best card for draw power is, desires for salad. You're not trying to play, like, crazy high-end prosperity stuff for code talker. So, I mentioned code talker here because if you have this $100 card, the rest of the decks are fairly cheap. Alright, like, we keep talking about salad as one of the budget options every single time that these come around. But at the end of the day, you have to realize the same thing. Both of these decks, at their apex, want the access code to close out the games. Yes, you can build salad without access code talker. Yes, you can build code talker without access, but are they going to be as good? No. But this is going to be the card that's going to close out your games, to get the double swing off of, what is it, the Update Jammer OTK. It's always freaking hilarious watching it. But once you open up that door to having the 1 boss monster, 3 more builds open up to you. But keep in mind the access code will probably be getting reprinted here in the near future. So subjectively, you have to make the decision of, do I want to go with this? But once you have an access code, you have 2 skill trees that literally open up to you just for 1 boss monster. I think that's pretty impressive, all things considered. Alright, next up on our list here. Oh boy, I gotta talk about Praying Kids again. Oh man, we just talked about Praying Kids on the top 5 videos. So what do I need to say about this deck? Alright, Praying Kids places, 20 bucks. Sure man, easy stuff. All the little guys are like dollars. TC Boos are literally available in cheap quantities. Thunder Dragon Fusions are cheap. Nibiru is going to cost a little bit of money, but they're optional, luckily, so we can check those out, so we don't have to worry about that. That means, what are other option trees here? Like, what else do we get? So, Meow Meow Mews are nothing. So, does that mean that we could pick up, in theory, an entire deck pushing borderline $100 for Praying Kids? Yes. Yes, you can. Praying Kids is still, quite honestly, one of the budget top contenders out there. Okay, so your trade-off here is you're going to have to learn a really complicated deck. Alright, and when I mean complicated, you're going to have to know all the lines of play for this deck. There are a lot of boards that go down a lot of different paths that a lot of different people don't really think about. And that's been the biggest thing that I've heard from players is, oh, Robbie, what path do I go down here with this? Or like, this deck is too hard. I've actually heard people already rage quitting this deck after picking it up, hearing it was a budget option. And I'm sorry to say that, but your trade-off is, yes, the deck is extremely cheap, but you have a lot of different lines of play, including totally awesome boards, some not totally awesome boards at your disposal that you're going to have to decide, is this the deck for me? And it's risk versus reward, right? If you learn it, you're going to have a good time. If not, well, there's not much else that you can really do about it. So, there's that. Next up on our list here is Altergeist. So, what's the situation with Altergeist here? So, you can go extremely top-heavy here, and you can get some Pot of Prosperities. No too expensive? Yeah, absolutely they are. Alright, for budgetary options. Well, wait a minute. What if I want to pick up some Pot of Extravagances? Alright, well, that's a little bit cheaper here. We're getting places. some draw six or some draw twos for the deck, sure. If we really want to go budget, we could play some Pot of Dualities, but I do recommend the draw two option. So $60 for some draw power for the deck. All right, that's not bad. The rest of the deck, not too expensive. Ash Blossoms, totally optional. Okay, it's fine. We don't have to play Ashes. And basically, the deck is just kind of $60 for some draw power, and then you just kind of have to decide of what else you want to put into the deck, kind of space out the filler. You know, like the Judgments, the Strikes, whatever you're really expecting for that trap board to round out your matchups. That's where your budget for this is going to go. And you're already like, yeah, I know that. So, for the most part, Altergeist is budget. You're just paying for those draw cards that are going to do things. And then if you want to play Imperm for the turn 1 board, that's going to be another expensive piece. The thing is, you can get away without it. And I think that that's like very important to understand, that Imperms are completely optional. I just don't think I would touch this deck without Extravs for the draw power. Good news is 3 Extrav, 1 Duality, 2 Duality, pretty much does what you want it to do for options. Like, you literally patch the issues that you have with the deck. So that's really nice, actually. I like that. Next up here, number 4 is Earthbox. Oh man, what is with all these recurring themes for budget? So, what exactly is Earthbox? Oh boy. So, got a little bit of Machina, we got a little bit of Infinitrack. You're literally just, it's literally Pineapple Pen. I got Infinitrack, I got Machina, I got Earthbox. I just smash this weird toolbox together. Now, budget, probably get the deck for about $100, I would think. But this deck is in the same weird category as Praying Kids. And I'd rather pick up Praying Kids than Earthbox. But when you look at Earthbox, you have an extremely high ceiling deck, man. Like, oh my god. I have seen so many one-card lines that you can do with some of these decks. But once again, why pick up Earthbox when you can pick up Praying Kids? Oh, because you're a machine enthusiast and you love what Infinitracks do. You love Tonka toys. It's the only real reason I would ever think to want to pick up the Earthbox deck, other than, you know, you're worried Praying Kid's going to get hit on a list and you feel like going down the Earthbox path is just a better option for you. And I can understand that, alright? There are people out there that think like that. I can see that, alright? That's perfectly understandable at the end of the day. So, alright, not going to dog it. It's fine. Alright, so, what more is there really to say about Earthbox? You like Tonka toys and you like full comboing your opponent, this is the deck for you, quite honestly. I like some of the boards that this deck can make. It's definitely extremely unique in its play style. Alright, you go through, what, like 3 Link 1s in a turn, just doing, it kind of looks like nothing, but you're going down like Ancient Gear play. It's weird. Alright, and then the last list here for budget is actually Odotic. Alright, so Snake's Reign's like nothing right now. You play like, optionally here, you play one of the big guy. You play like 1 king, 1 queen. You kind of just like, you decide if you want to like, whatever your sub-engine is going to be, man. Like, I think I've seen Lair of Darknesses with like Arima. Bao has been playing that weird concoction. So there's that build. You can go down the Invoked, alright. Once again, budget options. Alright, you don't have to pick up Invoked. But you're like, well, Robbie, wait a minute. Like, this deck struggles from big tournament syndrome. Yes, it does. But if you're only playing locally right now for budget options, you want to farm for some store credit, this deck can go 3-1 every single week. Alright, it can go 4-0. It can do it. Alright, other weeks it will go in the trash can. But honestly, in terms of where things are going right now with this deck, do not be surprised. Odotic is still lurking in the depths of the format. Alright, it's very, very cheap. Alright, and I do like that about the deck, especially like if you want to play like the Lair package in there. Like, spicy. Tribute your opponent's stuff, interact. Oh man, you wanna put some deck devs and some eradicators in there too, underneath Lair to just mess with your opponent. You do have the option to do that. Once again, budgetary options. All right, so what do you guys think about top 5 budget options for the format? Please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think. Smash that crap out, subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more awesome content. And I'll see your beautiful faces back here later on in the day for some more cool, awesome content. Peace out, guys. Thank you, patrons, for making the ride never truly end. Without you guys' support, well, I would probably be doing Truffle Shuffle videos for a living. Guys, please check out Vanquill40 for all of your Cardfight Vanguard content brought to you by MCL40. And if you are looking to pick up singles, check out mclgames.com for your trading card game needs. Thanks for watching, everybody.